Hey everyone, welcome to AI TV. Today you're joining us here at episode number 1, and we're going to be reviewing Starbound today. If you'd like to become a reviewer alongside me as well, we can actually start to collect scores together and make a community meta score. If you want to learn how we do that here, I'm just going to leave a link up to the YouTube video so you can see exactly what system we're using. If you're not interested, don't worry, I'm about to go over it really quickly for you, so you don't think I'm totally insane when I'm shouting out certain words at points. So at number 1 we have a panda, that is the worst. At number 2 we have a pigeon. Number 3 is cats and dogs. 4 is the dolphin, and at number 5 is the human. That is the height of the intelligence that we'll see at some point, hopefully. So I'm just going to get into it. I mean, Starbound, if you don't know much about it, it's a very cool game. It's a create your own adventure set in space. You travel around to planets which are randomly generated, and so every time you experience this game it's going to be a new level of immersion and a new level of differences. But what we're really interested to see now today is the AI, so we're going to get on with it now. Okay, so we're ready to begin. I'm really excited for this. Don't forget to subscribe and like below, guys, and as we're going, make sure you're keeping your scores if you're going to be a reviewer. So what I want to first test is the enemies, the hostiles we're going to face against along the planet and along our journey. So we're going to do a quick exploration, see if we can find ourselves someone who wanted to kill us. Which I'm hoping not. I'm the pacifist. This is a very barren planet, so we might have something here. Okay, first impressions. I don't know if he's just not aware of me, or if he's friendly. Oh, okay, this guy definitely is aware of me. Okay, so there's one attack. And looking at this, he has just one approach, which is to charge at me. Which, if we were hoping for a good intelligence, we would actually see him change up his strategy now, because obviously it's not working. I'm able to get past him, but he is just chucking himself at me. Let's deal with him. Again, no defending. He is just essentially a fly against a windscreen in that instance. We're going to see. We're going to try a few other species that appear in this game that are aggressive. We're going to leave the pacifists alone. They just want to eat their grass and get on with things. After this as well, we're going to look at friendly NPCs who follow you around in order to explore cooperation a bit more. And then we're going to look at traders, see if there's any sort of economy in this game beyond that of just purchasing items. The sandstorm is slowing me down. They're not finding much at the moment. That's cool. It's another great thing about this game is you can just exploring. For a 2D game, it's very beautiful. Okay, we got one. We got one. All right, let's see. All right, he's slashing at me. Now I'm going to change up my strategy to deal with these guys here at the moment, because that's what an intelligent thing does, it adapts. I'm going to get that out of the way. Then I'm just going to put a couple of blocks above him. Now before, when I moved away, he went down into the ground, so I can't attack him from long range, which is quite a smart thing to do. Now that I put some blocks near him, I can stand on those blocks. He comes out of the ground, and I mean, this is a panda at work. He is just standing there. He's opened himself to attack from me, which I will complete. Alright, he's woken up now. He's angry. He's angry. Let's give this a bit of a boost. Okay, that's better now. I was cats and dogs level of intelligence there. but we've seen there was no differentiation in strategy from them. Okay, so now we're going to test the individuality. We've got the same species, but we would like to see a slight difference between how he's going to behave. I'm going to use the same strategy that succeeded before, which is to create blocks up, because I have learned that that is a way to kill them, and so it should work again. Or he kills me. We're going to try again. We're going to see. Actually, this time I'm taking my friend with me. This is Alex. She has a gun and a sword. I only have a sword, which is why I'm struggling at the moment. So we're going to bring Alex along with us. You coming? There you go. It's good navigation. It's getting around there. She's lost. Okay, there is a teleporting system going on with the NPCs when they don't follow you properly. It's kind of a cheap way to deal with things. I mean, you would expect that they actually problem solve rather than just script. Okay, I've gone down here now. She's saying she can't reach me. I mean, you can see, you can walk down there. There is nothing to stop you. We're just gonna free up some space and bring her down. Can you reach me now? There we go. Okay, so it needs a certain width and height of movement before it can actually go. I'm just going to test Alex a little bit more. So I'm going to reaffirm that theory like this. Instantly cannot reach me. If I remove these out of the way, she can. Alright, and we're going to see her in combat now. How's she doing with this? She's using a combat strategy that looks at using rifles at close range, which is not a good idea. If you've got a sword, you kind of want to be using that more often than not. This guy again, I mean, we saw before, it's just a simple, there's the player, use the same attack over and over again until dead. Either them or the player. In my case, probably the player. My NPC has died, even though it wasn't attacking it. He has managed to defeat my friend. There we go. So I'm seeing quite a few similarities here, even within species and between species. They're using the exact same style of thought. Maybe this bird is going to redeem the AI a little bit here. Yep, there it is. So I'm just going to dodge for now. I'm hoping that it's going to start to learn my path, and it's going to try and intercept me or anticipate my actions and adjust itself. But we're not seeing that. I can dodge this all day long. Alright, so I'm just gonna finish it off now. Very simple. No avoidance. It didn't register the attack coming. It just continued attack, 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 attack. So I'm seeing a panda-like strategy, a panda-like individuality already, very quickly. We're going to try again with the strategy of building the blocks up on this guy, because I messed myself up last time. So he is now out. There we go. And because there is no differentiation in strategy, I now have a way to kill as many of these as I want. All I need is these blocks up here, which I can just get again. And I'll do it one more time, just to show it. I think I saw another one here. So we're going to entice him out the ground. He's going to stay there. He's not going to duck. He's not going to try and avoid. He's not realised that he is in a position where he cannot take me on. So, without that strategy, it's kind of the same as the one who would charge. He's just attacking and attacking until I go outside a certain radius, at which point he ducks underground to avoid damage, because he assumes that I'll be switching to guns at that point, which I won't. So I'm actually going to go and get my friend back, and we're going to test the interactions and player awareness. Alright, so if I interact with Alex, actually what happens is it is a switch. It's a 1 and 0 to activate following and to activate idle. That's not quite panda-like, that's actually more pigeon, so that's kind of good in terms of interactions. At least you can turn it off and on if you wish. We're actually going to take her down again. We'll try this way this time. Come on. Very slow player awareness. She's fallen into a hole and now she can't reach me. She didn't try to traverse it, she just straight in there. So navigation has just taken a hit in my books from that. Actually, we now have a chance to test NPCs. These are neutral people who don't attack you. Maybe they are traders, or they give you quests in the game. We're just going to see. I mean, I'll let her idle. Maybe Alex is going to interact with these guys, and there's some interaction and AI away from me as the player. I'm just going to grab a quick egg. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm talking to the person over and over again. I'm trying to entice them to say something else other than, oh sorry, you surprised me. They're not. And I'm pressing it a lot. I mean, if I said, for example, hello to someone this many times, they would be annoyed. So I think at this point, definitely Panda in terms of interaction and player awareness. They're not interacting with me at all. Just completely ignoring. I'm going to go to a proper trading outpost now, where there's actual traders, and we can test the economy. I mean, what you'd expect. Yeah. Cool, man. So what you would expect to see is simulate economy. When you bulk buy, normally you get a discount. That is basic economics. When someone is buying a lot of one unit at a time, you would expect the price to actually go up, because you're running out of the resources. You see this person needs them and they're only buying it a little bit at a time, so you increase the price little by little. So we're going to see. I'm going to find... Again, these people are just completely ignoring me. If I talk to them over and over again, it's coming up. Nothing. So we've got a shop here. Supermarket. Definitely you see them every day changing their prices on certain things depending on how often it's bought and by how many people. So let's find something cheap here. And I'm going to buy a lot of it. I'm not going to do the bulk buy. Well, I can do actually. Let's just, if I was going to buy 13 of these. 13 times 5 is 65. There is no discount here at all. I'm gonna now just buy 13 one at a time. So it's still at 5. And this is 13. Nothing. So there's no evolving economy, there are set prices, that's how much it is, and you just gotta deal with that throughout the game. I'm going to try and... maybe there's some other NPCs here who will interact with me as I walk past them. Now you kind of expect them to say like, hey, what's up, man? I've been here a few times, so they should be familiar with my face, at least in some sort of way. It's like, oh hey, you're the guy who was looking through the trash can in the bathroom last time. Did you find anything good? At which point I pull out a sword and hide their bodies in the toilet. And take all the money and spend it on more fuel. Nothing's happening. I think I said at one point there was a pigeon related AI at work. Just with that little playthrough, all I'm seeing really is a lot of panda level AI. I would have expected, because of the graphics, although it's a beautiful game, it is 2D, so it's a lot less time consuming to create this. And I would have at least hoped that in a 4-year development cycle, which the game had, that they would have actually put some time and development into the AI just to improve it a little bit. What I'm seeing here is very basic coding, which is probably just pathfinding, entity classes, and then actions based on that information as it comes into them. Obviously I'm going to be writing up my score in a little bit. It's probably going to be an average of about 1.1, 1.2 because of all the pandas, but there were a few pigeons there as well. And at this point, guys, I would really love it if you've been keeping score as well as you've been observing. Chuck them in the comments below, then subscribe so you can start joining into the next episodes as well. And we're going to really just get a rich data set, and hopefully by next week I'll have the write-up published so we can all see it. And thank you for tuning in.